close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Bailey TV. It's finished Arsenal 2, Fulham 2, and it's a bit of a disaster, to be honest. It went a bit wrong from start to finish. Where do I start, really? Look, the system was all wrong. I get why Arteta wants to play this system, but it just doesn't work. You know, Partey at right back. We've tried it for 3 games now, and it hasn't really worked. I think we need to ditch this system and go back to having Gabriel at the back, Saliba at the back as a pairing, having Ben White and either Zinchenko. Obviously, Jurriën Timber's injured, but obviously he would be the obvious one when he's back fit again. But yeah, this system just does not work. And I'll tell you what, it was shades of Bournemouth all over again, because we got caught right from the off. We conceded a goal within a minute. That, in my opinion, just comes down to not being switched on. And unfortunately, that's what happens in games of football. When you set the tone as early as we did and you concede a goal, it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the afternoon. And that's how it played out. We were chasing shadows for a lot of that game. We had a lot of the ball, had a lot of chances, not really doing anything meaningful with it. It was just one of those horrible games. You know, we got back level through Bukayo Saka's penalty, and then we scored through Nketiah, and great assist by Fabio Vieira. But other than that, guys, it was just a bit of a disaster. And then the same thing that happens with Arsenal happened again, is when we went 2-1 up, instead of taking the game to Fulham and trying to see it out by getting that 3rd goal, we just took our foot off the gas and tried to shut up shop. And I'm all for doing that when there's like 3 or 4 minutes to go, but we had 5 minutes of normal time plus 9 minutes of stoppage time. So when you equate that, that was 15 minutes. And you can't do that for 15 minutes. You need to, see, when Man City get in front, they don't sit back. They go and try and chase that 3rd goal, chase that 4th goal. And I just feel like we don't do that enough. When we take the lead, we just seem to sit back and go, okay, that's it, job done. And it's never that easy in the Premier League. It really isn't. And I think we need to take a Man City ruthless approach in trying to see out games. Don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for shutting up shop and seeing out results. But with 15 minutes to go, I don't think that is the right thing to do. And I'll tell you what, next game against Man United is going to be crucial, because this is going to be a test of Arteta's character to see whether he goes with this same system again, because we know how stubborn Arteta is, or whether he reverts back to the system that worked. And it's still early enough in the season to, if Arteta reverted back to the system that's worked so well with Gabriel and Saliba at the back, Partey moves into midfield with Declan Rice, I think that, there's a long way to go in the season. So I think, we haven't lost the game. We have to remember that, although it's all doom and gloom, we haven't actually lost the game, so it can be repaired. But if we persist with this system that Arteta has been trying for the last 3 games, just isn't going to work. It really isn't. It isn't going to. It isn't going to get us results. So next week's going to be crucial. Is Arteta going to revert back to the system? And I'll tell you what, I'd have a lot of respect for Arteta if he reverted back to the system. Look, I'm all for him trying things out, and you've got to have a plan B. And props to him for trying a plan B, but this hasn't worked, and we need to go back to plan A, and then maybe try another plan B later on in the season, you know, in the Carabao Cup games or something like that. But it was just a horrible afternoon. And look, I'm not getting too carried away in terms of, you know, blowing this all out of proportion, because there's still a long way to go in the season. There's still, you know, there's a long way to go. And we've seen, look at last season, Man City dropped points and dropped a couple of games and still went on to win the league. You know, we're in August. We've only dropped 2 points all season so far. Look, we're 3 games in, so it's too early to kind of say whether, you know, we've bottled the title or whether we've thrown it all away, because it's just way too early. It happens. Teams have not reached full fitness yet. We certainly haven't reached peak fitness. It happens. It is what it is. And yeah, listen, we got a massive game against Man United next week, and I do actually think my gut feeling is that Arteta will revert back to the system that's worked all last season. There's not really much else I can say about the game. It was just a horrible, horrible, horrible performance, and I think we just need to forget about it, move on. And it's one of those, listen, we're not going to be the first team. I think Man City will drop points. I don't think they'll be the all singing and all dancing team that finish the season. It just happens. I'm not too worried. I am worried about the performance. I'm worrying about the system, but I'm not too worried about, you know, I've seen some reactions on social media already that suggest that it isn't all that. Do you know what I mean? We just need to take it what it is. It's a bad day at the office. We move on. And yeah, that's all there is to say. Listen, that's it for the review of the Fulham Arsenal game, or Arsenal Fulham game. Get it around the right way. Do smash the like button. Do smash the subscribe button. And yeah, I will be back. And I'll be back with my preview for the Man United game. That'll be later in the week. And yeah, listen, we move people. We can't get too hung up about this result. That's it for today. Catch you on the next one.